The villagers of County Cork, they still whisper about him, you know. The man with the burning head, wandering between the hedgerows at midnight. They say if you happen to see his light flicker near your door, someone in your home will die before dawn. Last Halloween, a farmer named Declan saw that glow bobbing by his barn. He thought, well, it must be just a child with a lantern. But when he called out, the figure turned. Its face was carved like a pumpkin, hollow eyes burning orange. And when Declan ran, the light followed him. County Cork, Ireland, lush fields, fog-thick nights and legends as old as the soil itself. Declan O'Reilly, he lived alone on his family's land near Ballyvorney, where every October he'd carve a few turnips and set candles inside to keep away the devil. He didn't believe in the story his grandmother told him as a boy, the story of Stingy Jack, a trickster who once trapped the devil himself, only to be denied both heaven and hell. Condemned to wander the earth forever, Jack carried a coal ember in a hollowed turnip, lighting his endless path. Locals say that's why we carve jack-o'-lanterns, to mock his cursed soul, or maybe to keep him away. But in 2022, Declan found an old iron turnip lantern while tilling the field behind his home. Its mouth twisted in a grin that wasn't quite human. He brought it inside, thinking it a relic. That night he lit a candle inside. The first night, the candle refused to go out. Even when Declan blew hard enough to scatter ash across the table, the flame stayed. It burned cold, a ghostly orange. The second night, he woke to the smell of charred earth. The lantern sat on his windowsill, though he'd left it in the kitchen. The glass was fogged from the inside, and through the mist he swore he saw a man's breath, slow, deliberate. The third night he began hearing footsteps, muddy boots pacing just beyond his door. He loaded his shotgun, stepped outside, and called into the dark. He shouted again, "Who's there?" And then a voice answered, "Jack." The figure stood in the field, its head carved like a turnip, flames licking through the slits of its mouth, skinless hands clutching a lantern made of its own skull. Declan ran inside and locked the door, but every window glowed faintly orange from outside. And the voice said again, "Your light for mine." For 2 days, the O'Reilly farm was silent. His phone rang unanswered. The cattle broke loose, wandering the roads. When police arrived, they found the kitchen covered in soot. Every candle in the house had melted into puddles of wax. Only one thing remained unburned: the iron turnip lantern, sitting on the table, its grin wider than before. Declan's cousin Aidan returned that week to settle the estate. He laughed off the superstition, though locals warned him to mind the light. On Halloween night, he hosted a small gathering, beer, music and curiosity. Someone dared him to relight the lantern. He struck a match. The moment the flame caught, the power went out. The air filled with the smell of sulphur. One by one, phones and flashlights died. The only light came from the lantern, its glow pulsing like a heartbeat. Aidan stepped closer. Inside the flame, he saw Declan's reflection, eyes hollow, mouth open in a silent scream. "You lit my way, now walk it." The guests fled into the night. When they looked back, the house was ablaze, flames burning orange and green, like fire from another world. Investigators called it a tragic accident. No human remains were found in the ashes. Only that same iron lantern, untouched, still warm. Locals buried it deep beneath the old abbey grounds, sealed in stone. But every Halloween, travellers along the N22 highway report a flickering orange light that appears in the fog, moving against the wind. Some folklorists connect it to the ancient myth of Stingy Jack, whose tale inspired the Halloween jack-o'-lantern tradition across Ireland and America. The story even echoes in modern culture. The legend of Sleepy Hollow, the Pumpkinhead films, even The Nightmare Before Christmas all carry traces of Jack's cursed glow. And in Ballyvorney they still warn, never light a lantern you didn't carve yourself. So, if you see a lone light bobbing in the mist this Halloween, don't follow it. It's not a child, it's not a trick, it's Jack still looking for his next ember. If this story kept you up tonight, don't keep it to yourself. Like, share and subscribe for more true horror every week. Tell me what you think in the comments. And remember, stay curious and stay safe.